Do you know that you have the right to know your rights? Children and young people like you have the same general human rights as adults. Today, we'll explore your roles and rights so that you can perform the responsibilities well. Huh? Responsibilities? I thought you said we're talking about rights. I hear you ask. Well, we have to keep in mind that every right that you enjoy is coupled with a responsibility that you need to face. Every right comes with responsibilities. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to explain the child's rights and roles or responsibilities as a member of the family and community, demonstrate accountabilities and responsibilities in the practice of child's rights, and appreciate the relationship between child's rights and responsibilities. Last week, we have identified the different challenges in your home and school activities and the ways to manage them positively. This time, we'll talk about your roles, rights, and responsibilities. Before we start, make sure you have a clean sheet of paper, pen, and other coloring materials. Let's begin with this activity. Do you see these two flowers? Draw these flowers on your answer sheet. Next, do you see the words inside the boxes? Of course you do. Pick up the words in the box and categorize whether they are roles or responsibilities. Place the words on the petals of the flower. When we say role, this refers to the function or part played by a person in a particular situation, whereas responsibilities refer to the duties or obligations or things that a person must perform. Ready? You have 5 minutes to accomplish this task. Pause this video and hit play once you're done. Are you done? Let's see your answers. The roles in this activity are child, parents, sibling, grandchild, and student. Whereas the responsibilities in this activity are proper and frequent hand washing, take care of my siblings, observe physical distancing, sanitize objects or items, and wear a face mask. Now that we have identified the roles and responsibilities, which among the choices are the most relevant to you? Why? How do you describe the way you perform your roles and responsibilities? Can you share your current experience where you perform these roles? This time, we have 4 main baskets of children's rights here. We have the right to participation, right to protection, right to survival, and right to development. Then, we also have different examples of the several child rights. What you will do is categorize these child rights into the 4 main baskets. For example, right to be born well can be classified under right to survival. If you're ready, pause this video so you can write your answers. Right to participation includes right to express their views and opinions, right to get and share information as long as the information is not damaging to them or others. For right to protection, that includes right to protection from any harm, right to special care and support for children with any kind of disability so that they can live a full and independent life. Right to survival includes right to be born well, right to live a full life, right to good quality health care, clean water, nutritious food, and clean environment, and right to legally registered name and nationality. Right to development includes right to think and believe what they want and to practice their religion. The right to relax, play, and to join in a wide range of leisure activities, and the right to education. Now that you have categorized these rights, which of these rights do you think you enjoy the most? What are the other child's rights that you hope to experience more? And how? Let's try to revisit the rights of a Filipino child, which is under the Presidential Decree number 603 or the Child and Youth Welfare Code. But before we discuss these rights, remember that all children have all these rights, no matter who they are, where they live, what language they speak, what their religion is, what they think, what they look like, if they are a boy or a girl, if they have a disability, if they are rich or poor, and no matter who their parents or families are, or what their parents or families believe or do. No child should be treated unfairly for any reason. Here are the identified child rights by UNICEF Convention on the Rights of the Children. Number 1. Every child has the right to life, survival, and development. In simple words, you have the right to be alive. Number 2. Every child has the right to name and nationality. You have the right to a name, and this should be officially recognized by the government. You have the right to a nationality, to belong to a country. Number 3. Every child has the right to keeping families together. Number 4. Every child has the right to be educated. You have the right to a good quality education. You should be encouraged to go to school to the highest level you can. Number 5. Every child has the right to play and enjoy whenever they have the opportunity. Number 6. Every child has the right to be protected from abuse of adults. You have the right to protection from any kind of exploitation or being taken advantage of. Number 7. Every child has the right to live peacefully away from bad influences. Number 8. Every child has the right to be cared whenever their parents are not available or cannot sustain their needs. You have the right to food, loving, a safe place to live, and to have your basic needs met. Number 9. Every child has the right to express their views and opinions and to their privacy. You have the right to give your opinion and share what you think with others by talking, drawing, writing, or in any other way unless it harms or offends other people. And number 10, every child has the right to grow up peacefully and getting what they want for the good of their lives. All child rights are human rights, which were specially created for children's protection and for them to become better individuals. According to UNICEF Committee on the Rights of the Child, there are 4 main areas or baskets of children's rights. These are, number 1, the right to protection from discrimination, abuse, neglect, exploitation, and torture. Number 2, the right to survival, compromising the elements of life, nutrition, water, health, air. And third, the right to participation, including expression of views, decision-making, access to information, and freedom of association. And lastly, the right to development, which includes education, standard of living, adequate for the children's physical, mental, spiritual, moral, and social development. Aside from rights, children also have roles such as being a son or daughter, sibling, grandchild, student, and a person among others. The roles of children nowadays are also no longer based on sex since we are now embracing gender equity, wherein a girl can do the task previously intended for a boy and vice versa. Both sexes can do home repairs, laundry, cooking, sewing, and many more. Children have rights and roles. However, there are also responsibilities that go along with them. These make up the 3 R's of a child. Based on the Child and Youth Welfare Code, the following are the identified responsibilities of a child. Number 1, strive to live an upright and virtuous life in accordance to one's religion, the teachings of his elders and mentors, and his clean conscience. Number 2, love, respect, and obey his parents and cooperate with them in the strengthening of the family. This includes following the health and safety protocols in this time of pandemic, such as observing physical distancing, frequent hand washing, wearing a face mask and face shields, sanitize objects and items, and consult medical attention when there are symptoms. Number 3, extend to his brothers and sisters his love, thoughtfulness, and helpfulness, and endeavor with them to keep the family harmonious and united. Number 4, exert his utmost to develop his potentialities for service, particularly by undergoing a formal education suited to his abilities in order that he may become an asset to himself and the society. This includes studying well for your future. Number 5, respect not only his elders but also the customs and traditions of people, the memory of heroes, the authorities, the laws of our country, and the principles and institutions of democracy. Number 6, Participate actively in civic affairs and in the promotion of the general welfare. And number 7, help in the observance of individual human rights. Now, to assess if you really understand your rights, you are going to make an action plan on how you're going to exercise these rights as a child, which will help you to become responsible for yourself, your home, and your community. Copy this activity on your answer sheet and fill out the blank spaces. This is an example. So one of our rights is the right to be educated. So for ourselves, what we could do is to apply effective study habits. At home, we could assist our siblings or any family member in their academic endeavors. And for the community, we could share our knowledge on healthy protocols during the COVID-19 pandemic. And now, let's answer these questions. What is the role that you are still trying to fulfill as of the moment? What suggestions or tips would you give to yourself to do it? And how do you promote child's rights in school, at home, and community? Give at least 5 ways. And for our last activity, choose a song or a poem about taking responsibilities or fulfilling a role. Write on a piece of paper the part or parts that you would like to reflect on. Share how the song or the poem resonates with your current status as a child. Roles, rights, and responsibilities. Your 3 R's will make you appreciate yourself better. Know your basic rights, perform your roles well, and act on your responsibilities. Your 3 R's will make you a vital part of the community. Rights are what you should have or be able to do to have the best start in life. All rights are equally important and are connected to each other. You are born with these rights, and no one can take them away. Many adults are responsible to help protect your rights and do what is best for you. As you grow, you have more responsibility to make choices and exercise your rights.